My name is Stefan Weber, production manager here for the brewery. Been here for about 8 years, and yeah, I do a lot of the managing and planning for the production team. So today we're drinking bourbon barrel-aged partridge in a pear tree. So this was initially released last year, right around the same time when we packaged last year. A little before that, actually, we did our barrel-aged variation, put that in barrels, rested that for the last year. Here we are. Partridge in a Pear Tree is a Belgian-style quad that we added spices to. You know, we've been able to make a couple quads over the years. In the last 12 days series, we did 7 swans of swimming. So that was also a quad. This is, you know, a little bit of a riff off that, but like I said, we added the spices to give it a little more character. So the spices were cinnamon, clove, ginger, allspice, juniper berries, and I think that's it.
This is a beer that I personally enjoy quite a lot. I've got a lot of family members that really enjoy this. I take it home as a Christmas, not a gift, but to drink with all of our holiday meals. It really is a pretty delicious beer. I'm a big fan of our Belgian beers, so it's really fun to get to play with Belgian beers and make something that's a little bit, it takes some traditional brewing methods and it adds a really unique twist to them.
So right off the bat, it's just tons of bourbon and oak, not just bourbon, but also oak and vanilla. It's nice, it's boozy, it's a lot of caramel, a lot of vanilla, a lot of oak. The spices are kind of subdued at this point. Like I get a little bit of ginger and I get a little bit of allspice. The allspice is really nice. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely like a big bourbon barrel-aged winter warmer type beer. Like really nice for a cold night.
Pours just really beautiful. It's just got this really beautiful like amber color, just kind of ruby red in the glass. It's a really pretty beer. It's a little bit more light. It's really gorgeous. It's not nearly as dark as it looks when you're looking at it. The first thing you notice on this beer is the spices really pop out at you. It's a well-spiced beer, and I think it's fun because you smell it and it's just this aroma that hits you. It's a bouquet of holiday flavors. It's Christmas, it's Thanksgiving, and as you dig into it, it's really fun to try and have people figure out what spices are in there, because everybody gets a couple, but most of them don't get them all, and it's really fun to be able to kind of, well, almost. Yeah, the rest of the spices really come out a lot more when you take that first sip. They're very well balanced. It's, you know, that first sip you go, I think for a lot of people it's going to be between the allspice and juniper. I think those are going to be two flavors that accentuate each other really nicely, and that's going to kind of leave you guessing which one it is, and depending on who you are, I think everybody's going to pick it up differently. The clove is interesting because it accentuates everything else, but kind of hides in the back along with the cinnamon. It's really just very well balanced in all those spices, which is difficult to do, I can tell you from trying many times. It's balancing spices is one of the hardest things you can do as a brewer. It's easy to use them, but getting them all to all play together is difficult.
No, so this year, you know, I always go home for the holidays, and you know, when it gets cold out, it gets a little cold, and it's really nice to, you know, this is definitely one of the beers that I always bring and share with my family. It comes out around the holidays, and it's the type of beer that, you know, my family enjoys it as well. So like after dinner, we'll crack this open and just share stories and enjoy the beer.